Hey, welcome everyone from GreenStep side to this NetSuite release webinar. My name is Jan Björklund, and I'm working as a development manager here at GreenStep, but I'm also implementing projects on a daily basis. With me today is Lola, who will take the reins a little bit later. Today's point is to remind you of the webinar, to remind you of the upcoming NetSuite release, and we've already done the work and chewed the NetSuite release notes for you guys, so we have the highlights to share. Just as a reminder, the releases are happening twice a year, one in spring and one in the autumn time. And as you can see on the right-hand side, there's the Q&A chapter. So if you have any questions, feel free to just write them down and we'll have a look at them at the later stage, or then simply come back to you later. And if not any questions right now, feel free to just ask us afterwards. How the releases happen. So first, there's going to be the 10% of the customers who will have the release hit their production, then the 30, and then the 60. There's no logic when this will happen. So it might be that during the spring you're in phase 3 and autumn you're in phase 1. But I will show you later how you can see when that's going to happen. Worth to note here is that you have a full possibility to investigate and try out and test those nice functionalities that are about to hit your environment by ordering the release preview. This is completely free. You should do it. I strongly encourage that. And it's basically a free sandbox. Hit it. So the release portlet usually is at your starting page. But if it is not, you can always add it by going to personalize, and then you can see the release portlet over there. And if you cannot find it, just ask us, we'll help you. This upgrade phase that you see over there is what is going to be visible already maybe 3-4 months before it's about to hit. So you'll get sort of an idea when the update will hit your environment. And as you hear, you can see that it's mid-March in the example. And then below that, you can see the upgrade date, which is here 19th of March. That's going to be visible closer to the update time. I think about 30 days or 45 and so on. But anyway, it's going to be there. And there's also the menu path from which you can order the release preview to your environment. And on the lower hand corner, you can see the release notes, which is like massive PDF. And from that, we've actually just taken the highlights for you guys today. And this time, I believe it's like around 50 pages, more or less, the release notes. And we've summarized that few bullet points. Of course, that's not all of it, but hey, you got to start somewhere. And with that, I'll hand over to Lola. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Jan, and welcome everyone from my part as well. Well, let's just straight up dive into the new release highlights. Our first highlight is a new tool called the Contra Account Sheets. This tool has been available for users in Germany before, and now it has been extended to all the NetSuite users. This tool really enables companies to generate transaction reports containing Contra account information. The report can be filtered, for example, by subsidiary or specific accounts. And at the moment, it is also possible to export the report as PDF or CSV. The setup is really quick and easy, so that's really the nice side here. It's a Suite app, so the app can be downloaded from the Suite app marketplace. Just really make sure that you have the needed permissions in your custom role to access the tool. Our next highlight, our next topic is about intrastat reporting. And here we really want to highlight the changes that were made from the beginning of this year. From the beginning of this year, the VAT number and the trade and the country of origin of the goods must be provided in the statistical declaration of export. And NetSuite has noted these changes. In the new release, there will be 2 new fields. The fields will be country of origin and partner ID. And these fields can be found in the sales transaction, in the tax reporting subtab, and these fields can be then used in your standard Intrastat report or in your custom reports. Here we also want to remind you that there are some changes in the nature of transaction code list. And these codes are not updated automatically into your NetSuite environment. So please remember to update the codes manually. And next we have here also a nice reminder, a nice fix enhancement update from NetSuite, which is the commodity code link. So as we might know, it has been pretty annoying. The validation link on the item record has not worked. And now NetSuite is informing us that from the new release, the commodity code validation link has been fixed. So very nice news. And I know we have some customers of ours who have inactivated this link. We have hidden the link. And if you now want to test the link again and take it into use, please contact your NetSuite team or your NetSuite partner. Well, our next highlights are some highlights from tax reporting. And our first topic is about Norway tax reporting. As our users might know, the use of SAFT financial standard is mandatory from the beginning of this year. And this means that in Norway, the accounting data must be given in the SAFT format for tax authorities. Well, in the new release, NetSuite has updated the Norway tax codes and tax reports to comply with the SAFT standard. And in order to report the taxes correctly, some changes have to be made in the NetSuite environment to the tax setup. And these updates, unfortunately, are not uploaded automatically. So we do advise you to contact again your local NetSuite team or partner so that you can get your Norway tax codes and reports updated. Some small changes we've noted as well that we want to inform you. For example, the COVID-19 reduced rates. These rates have been updated to tax codes and tax reports, of course, to those countries that have applied these reduced rates. And also in Sweden, there's a small but really nice update. There will be 2 new tax codes released to support the import of services outside the EU. Again, small change, but very nice for Sweden users. Going forward, our next highlight is about a new tool for reviewing vendor delivery performance. The tool is called Vendor Delivery Performance Course, and it's really meant to track how our vendors are doing. A new link will be available in the purchase order page or then on the order item page, and this link is called the Vendor Performance link. And when you click this link, you can see a new view that you can see actually in the slide at the moment. And here you will see information about how your vendor is performing. And this performance information, it's based on historic transaction data. So there's an algorithm that is updating the data all the time. And here, please note again that if you want to use this tool, it requires enabling a new feature, Supply Chain Control Tower. So here we do advise again contacting your local NetSuite team or partner if you want to enable this feature. And last but not the smallest update, a really nice highlight is from NetSuite Suite Analytics Workbook. So as you may know, the Analytics Workbook was launched a couple of years ago. And really, this tool, it emphasizes on visualizing data. And now in this new release, NetSuite has finally launched a really long-awaited feature. So the feature is linking two separate datasets in one workbook visualization. And how do we do the linking? Well, the linking requires at least one set of common keys between these two different datasets. And typically, a common key, it might be a field that contains same type of data, maybe a sales rep information or date information. And when you start connecting your two datasets, when you start creating the link, NetSuite automatically suggests this link that can be used, and it's actually highlighted in blue, as you can maybe see in the picture now. And of course, you can also create your own common keys for linking the data. And after this linking has been done, you feel free to use these two different datasets for your workbook visualization. One very simple example might be connecting data about sales budget and then actual sales data. So this is a really nice enhancement, and I really encourage you to try this out. Okay, those were now our highlights, pretty much information in only a couple of minutes, a couple of slides. But before I give the mic back to Jan, I would like to remind everyone about the Suite Ideas Portlet. So the Suite Ideas Portlet, it's really our way to make our voice heard in the NetSuite community. In this Suite Ideas page Portlet, we can view enhancement requests from other users. We can vote for these requests and also create our own ideas and requests. So very important that NetSuite really hears that what are the improvements that we need. And in order for you to have access to this page Portlet, please make sure that you have this NetSuite Support Center role added to your employee record. So this is required so that you can actually see this Suite Ideas Portlet. And after you add it, then please go and serve, vote for enhancements, create your own enhancements. Very important. All right, Jan, the platform is yours again.
Great stuff, Lola. Thanks very much. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I strongly recommend you to send those questions to us at servicedesk@greenstep.fi. And with that, thanks for your time today, and I wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Ciao.